Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Mma Analyst here to do my recap for UFC 118. As you can see, the setup's all jacked up again. I'm out of town. I don't have my, home setup or whatever, so you're gonna have to do with low volume, bad image, this crazy rave thing going. So. But anyways, let's get right down to it. Let's start with this main event. BJ Penn, Frankie Edgar 2, the rematch. Supposed to be, BJ Penn, redemption, and all this other stuff. Nah. Nah, that's not what happened. Um, at one point in this fight, I realized something that was really crazy. I'm like, when did become a one-dimensional striker? You know what I mean? I'm like, Frankie Edgar's out there, and what is he worried about? He's worried about getting countered by a BJ Penn strike. Which, by the way, we're coming really late, and since Frankie Edgar was in there moving and keeping his feet his feet were busy, his head was moving. Um, you know, by time BJ did go for his counter, you know, Frank Edgar was ghost. But then I thought about, BJ Penn. What does he have to worry about? He's worried about, or at least he has to be aware of the strikes coming his way. He has to worry about the takedowns. If he gets taken down, he has to try and get back up. And I'm like, Frank Edgar's not worried about all of that. He's not worried about BJ Penn shooting in. And I'm like, that's kind of effed up. You've got somebody, BJ Penn. You're the prodigy. It's not you. You weren't. You're not BJ the prodigy. The prodigy BJ Penn because of your MMA. You got that name that was from jujitsu. That's from your ground game. That's from being the prodigy on the ground. So I don't know what my man is thinking, going out there refusing until like the fourth round to do things he should have been doing long before that. Um, really, in this fight, even though he didn't get bloodied up or anything like that, he just got owned. He was taken down multiple times, like real takedowns this time. He was slammed a couple times on the feet. He got tagged a whole bunch. And these weren't like knockout punches Frank Edgar was throwing, but it was more like I'm gonna hit you a whole lot, and definitely harder than the first fight. When BJ Penn did finally go for the takedown, Frank Edgar was able to get back up. He was able to avoid the mount. He was able to avoid the back. He was able to avoid all troublesome areas, and he actually put some serious damage when it came to just ground and pound and appearances. He was really taking it to BJ Penn, and that's that. It's just like BJ Penn is 0-2 against Frankie Edgar. He's got like 7 losses now. I think he's like 6-7 in his last. I don't know, man. BJ Penn. This whole pound for pound thing. I think honestly, this dude is great. He's a great fighter, and it is what it is. He's definitely when it comes down to lightweight division in the sport, short history. BJ Penn's still the best lightweight, but his legacy's getting jacked up with these losses. Pound for pound, you can take him off that list. When people keep talking about, they want to take Fedor off the list for his one loss in 10 years, and these monkeys over at, well, maybe they just won, because the rest of them are all right. But whoever does the pound for pound over at MMAfighting.com, Ariel Hawani's the man, and these other dudes are all right. But the pound for pound, they dropped Anderson Silva down 2 spots after his victory over Charles Sonnen. So if you figure this is going on, BJ Penn's off that list altogether. So damn. What's up next? BJ Penn. It just sucks. Like really, it really whack, man. It's just the whole lightweight division sucks all of a sudden. Like you got Frank Edgar fighting Gray Maynard for the title. Ugh. That's whack. Man, the lightweight division just got weak as hell, man. Gray Maynard, we'll talk about that in a second. I don't know. It seems like without BJ Penn at the top, I don't know, man. That lightweight division is just it looks like it was, it's all exciting and all that stuff, but there's only a few guys that are really at the top, and now the top two guys in that division are Frankie Edgar, who, let's be honest, he looked really good. He had good foot movement, good head movement. He was active, cardio for days, takedowns, well-rounded, great. All of that stuff. He did everything he needed to do, and he was everything he needed to be victorious in that fight. But I'm just saying, it's still ugly having him at number one and Gray Maynard trying to. Ugh. Moving on. Congratulations, Edgar. What do we do with BJ Penn? I don't know, man. Penn, like you still all right, but like you need to switch your game up, man. This whole coming out and just outboxing people thing, that might still work against a vast majority of your competitors because your boxing is good. You do hit hard. You do have good takedown defense. And most people can't keep up that pace that Frank Edgar was doing. But even still, man, just get takedowns back in. Start using your ground game again. Just do stuff, man. Just switch it up or retire. Cause really, man, I'm not trying to see like BJ Penn with this whack ass record getting worse and worse and worse, losing every other fight. Damn, it's just ugh. Ah. Oh yeah, by the way, y'all, dealing with this next fight, I'm gonna look. But I want you guys, kind of like if you have a lottery ticket. I'm talking about the predictions thing with James Toney and how many seconds it would take for him to lose. It'd be like the lottery. You guys come to me and say, "Here's my ticket," and then you'll just show me, tell me what your pick was. I'll go find it, and we'll be good. If you think you were close, you know what I mean. First round submission, what minute? I'm gonna look for the winner myself. But if you think you got the winning, whatever, maybe we'll have till Wednesday. Let me know what's going on. All right, James Toney versus Randy Couture. I mean, this fight was a joke from the start. I don't like dissing people, so I'm just gonna leave this guy's name out of it. But I am gonna bring up the fact that people are this stupid. There's an idiot on YouTube. Well, there's a lot of idiots on YouTube. In fact, I could be one of them. Most people don't know what they are. They just are. Anyways, but there is this idiot on YouTube, and he's pretty well known in the MMA community as an idiot. And he really cemented his legacy as idiot with his ridiculous, insane prediction that because there was report that James Toney had said mixed martial arts 5 years ago, that he had been secretly training and that he wasn't going to come out as a boxer, that he was going to actually have really good takedown defense. He actually predicted that Randy Couture would not be able to get James Toney to the ground, and he actually said that the only chance Randy Couture had was if he somehow found a way to take him down repeatedly, because James Toney would be able to get up repeatedly. He would take him down over and over again and just lay on him and pray that he gets a decision. That's what this guy said. Moving on to reality, what the reality obviously is James Toney has no idea what he's doing out there. In my prediction, I said he's not going to stuff a takedown. He's not going to end up in guard. He might end up in half guard, and then he might end up in side control, which is what I predicted. But then I even threw out the possibility that he would end up in full mount right off the takedown. What happened? Randy Couture comes out. James Toney comes out standing flat-footed in a boxer pose position, boxer stance, basically saying, "Get my ankle." That's exactly what Randy Couture did. Easy little ankle pick, and he ankle picked right into mount. Ugh. Ooh, that's ugly. I mean, it's nice for Randy, but that's ugly. You get an ankle pick right in the mouth. That's disgusting. Last time I saw an ankle pick was Sakuraba against that Taekwondo karate dude. We ended up busting his really good comeback, whatever. But the reality is, it's very difficult to get an ankle pick, and it's something because it's just not. It's just something that you got to be really good at it. or the other guy has to be really at a much lower level than you. Or you just have to be like amazing wrestling, and you can do it like collegiate wrestling. Anyways, took him down, and then Randy went into this hyper mode where he just started going crazy. A mode I really don't like seeing most of the time at all, because it's most of the time ineffective and useless, and it just tires you out. So he went for this hyper, all this crazy stuff, and then he went for his own little version of Matt Hughes submitting people in positions that they shouldn't be submitted in. When he tried a head and arm choke, well, he was still up in the air. He just didn't respect Couture, Tony. He didn't expect him to be able to stop any submission from anywhere, even if it shouldn't work. At least he was able to do that. And then Randy slowed down. He said, you know what am I doing? He took the fight, flattened him out, got the proper head and arm choke, and then finished it. And I want to know, I don't know how long James Toney's been training, but you telling me they didn't even teach him how to tap? This guy said, I give up, and he waved his arm. Somebody said that this was UFC 1 versus UFC 118. What is this? 118? Yeah, whatever. That's exactly what it is, man. This guy did not even know how to tap. He said he's going to be back. No, he's not. He got some good money. I think supposedly he got around $700,000 at least. Makes sense, you know what I mean? Like, the way the sport is run, you get paid for the popularity and the eyes you bring to the event. And he definitely brought a lot of eyes. He didn't get one punch off. That's it. You're done. Peace. Randy Couture, what's next for him? I don't know. He got like his first easy fight in MMA in a long time. I mean, everybody deserves a break. Like I said, easiest fight ever. Mario Miranda versus Damian Maia. What's Damian Maia gassing for when all he's doing is mounting people, taking back, and setting up high mount submissions? How you gas from that? You're in the UFC. You're killing people. You go up against Anderson Silva. He dances on you. You're coming back. You're trying to make a case. You want to get back to the top. Why are you gassing in dominant positions nonstop against Mario Miranda when every time you go for a takedown, you're not fighting for takedowns against the cage. You're not, constantly having to drag him back down. You're basically securing it. I mean, for somebody at this level, this is pretty easy stuff so that you don't gas. Mario Miranda, sure, maybe if he's fighting and scrambling, maybe he should gas. Or maybe if he did gas, it would be at least a little bit understandable and forgivable. But for Damian Maia to gas from the position that he was in, I don't understand. All 3 rounds, Maia. Takedown, control, high mount, back, all over the place, misses submission, lay on his back for a few seconds. I don't understand. He got the win. It wasn't pretty, but he got the win. Mario Miranda, is a big step for him, one that he really wasn't ready for. And he had pretty much only a puncher's chance, and he didn't pull it off. What's next for Damian Maia? Most likely Husma Polaris, who's probably going to lose to Nate Marquardt. So then you'll have these 2 really good jiu-jitsu guys fighting each other. Ankle locks versus everything else, so we'll see. Mario Miranda, I don't know. Don't give him such a tough fight. I mean, David Loazo, so, I'm not trying to say anything there, but you know what it is. Anyways. Gray Maynard, Kenny Florian. Very disappointed in this fight. Very disappointed. Kenny Florian comes out in the first round, does nothing. Nothing. Just absolutely nothing. Throws a hook here, a jab here, jab there. I think he had an elbow maybe. Moved around. They got taken down. They did a little wood, put a little wood clapper together. And then he's like, oh, time for a takedown. Gray Maynard gets a takedown. Second round, pretty much the same thing. Third round, Florian came out a little more aggressive and got taken down a little quicker. Just a horrible fight altogether. So now Maynard's getting his fight against Frank Edgar. He's already beaten in the past. Like I said, this lightweight division just got whacked. So moving on. Diaz versus Marcus Davis. What I say, y'all. Davis was gonna get swole up, cut up, bloodied up, and lose. Some people brought up, the fact that Davis used to be a professional boxer, but used to be and professional in big quotations. In boxing, a 20-1 record in boxing really doesn't mean anything. Um, really, it doesn't. You can fight 20 times without fighting anybody with even remote amount of skill. Um, and that's that. But Nate Diaz at 170, he's looking real nice, man. He's moving up. He's got the weight. He feels more natural there. He's able to just all around. He's fighting really well. Is he going to be the champ? Well, that's a different story. But as of right now, he's doing real well at 170. So props to that. Joe Lozon versus Gabe Rudiger. Good lord, that's beatdown of the year. I think. Like, even though it was only 2 minutes long, that was definitely the most amount of viciousness in 2 minutes. We had two slams. We had some serious ground and pound. Took the back, mount, side control. He pretty much did everything offensively he could, and then finished with the armbar. Gabe Rudiger, back to, it's too bad that he's in the situation that he's in. Dana White said you'll never fight in the UFC for the rest of your life. And they said, okay, hold on. We'll let you back in for about 2 minutes until you get your ass whooped, and then we're shipping you out of here. So that's tough. But it is what it is. Nick Lentz versus Andre Winner. Ugly fight. Nick Lentz did what he should do against a guy from the UK with limited wrestling, whatever. And forget the fight, because the fight sucked. And Lentz did what he needed to do to win. But Andre Winner, the biggest thing I saw in this entire fight didn't even happen during the fight, it happened after the fight. After a fight where instead of him having the cardio to really avoid the takedowns and to really use his stand-up and not to just avoid getting taken down once he's in the clinch, which he did pretty well. Once he was in the clinch, he was able to stall the takedown, and then he did get taken down. He's able to get up real quick and avoid any kind of damage on the ground. But he spent a lot of the time fighting against the cage, defending a takedown. And after the fight, his corner man, or whoever it is in his crew, he's like, the dude didn't want to fight. That's what he said. He didn't want to fight. And I'm like, yo, that's not what this is about here. Your boy just lost because you didn't make him fight. So now, and it's always happened with these UK guys losing to wrestlers to, you want to call them boring, you want to call them whatever, you got to make them fight. If you don't want to be in the situation for the whole fight, then you have to stop it from happening. If you don't, they're going to do it, you're going to lose. So you don't blame the other guy for not wanting to fight. Oh, he didn't want to stand with me. No, you blame yourself for not being able to stop his game plan when you knew for 2 months, for however long it was, that this was going to be his game plan. Who thought Nick Lentz was going to come out here and try and stand and beg with Andre Winner? Nobody thought this. So when this happens and you lose 3 rounds to nothing, I would have personally given him the first round because Andre Winner did absolutely nothing in the first round. But anyways, the point is when you lose a fight, clearly, and when it comes to that third round, you're so tired you can't even turn it up. It's not time to say he didn't want to fight. It's time to start thinking about what are we going to do to improve our fighter so that he's not in this situation again, rather than coming up with stupid excuses like he didn't want to fight. Anyways, so congratulations to all the winners. Dan Miller actually didn't get to see that, but I guess he got his win, so he got his day from execution. And Nick Ozak, damn, I always mess up his name. But anyways, he did lose, I believe, to Soto. And the guy that I thought would maybe pull it off, Alves, ended up defeating Mike Pierce. I thought it was gonna happen, maybe. I mentioned it, like, I picked Pierce, but I said, you know what? Out of all these ones, if there's one I was gonna flip on, it was that one. But I didn't go with my gut. In the end, I think I got 1 for 1, 2 and 1, 3, 4, 5, 5 and 2, 6 and 2, 7 and 2, 7 and 3. It's alright. It's alright. Um, how did you guys do with this competition here? The winner's gonna get the shirt. I'm not wearing it right now, but check it out again. Countrymansfist.com. I do apologize again for the quality. It's either I put together a quality video like on Wednesday, or this doo-doo one right away. So I'm just gonna go with the quickness. All right, y'all. MMA, it's important.